Awesome. I'll share my screen.
Take
Alrighty. Hopefully everyone can hear me okay. Welcome to Happy Feet Resistance Training for Balance this week, part one. This week is going to be part one. Next week is part two. So this is kind of an introductory. This is a great opportunity for you guys to try modifications as well. And we'll go ahead and get started. As always, just some reminders. Today is going to be a little bit different since we're focusing on balance. So we will need either a pillow or a sweatshirt or a blanket or something because we're going to do some step ups today on an uneven surface. So we'll be doing those step ups on a pillow, sweatshirt. Like, for example, I have literally just my jacket I wore in today, and I'm just going to fold it up and do some step ups on there. So if you don't have that near you, while I'm kind of going over the safety stuff, you can look around, try and find something or grab something near you. And then, of course, as always, we're making sure our safety is our number one priority. Again, with balance, because it's virtual, it's super important to remember it's okay to use an aid today, like a chair, or if you have your own personal aid with you, because we want to focus on the progression. So maybe this week you use the aid for everything, but then maybe next week you only use the aid for one set or part of the set, okay? And then as always, be mindful of any side effects, whether you're on treatment, off treatment, survivor, any of those, whether it's fatigue, muscle pain, dizziness, shortness of breath. Then also dizziness and neuropathy is super important here since we're also going to be focusing on balance. So just please keep that in mind when you guys are working out with us. And then again, we're always going to take breaks often. Once again, trying the modified version, super important with our balance. Staying hydrated, taking those water breaks when we tell you guys to. And then remembering that exercise is supposed to make us feel good and not tired. All right, resistance training for balance. Why do we want to do this? Just some general points here. It improves blood circulation, helps you control your balance, so that also reduces your fall risk. And then it also does help with peripheral neuropathy. There's been a decent amount of research with focusing on your balance, helps improve your blood circulation, which then can help with that peripheral neuropathy you may be feeling, whether you're on treatment, post treatment, or a survivor and still dealing with some of these side effects. And how are we going to do resistance training for balance? Some of the movements today are going to be in different directions. So, like I said, step ups, we're moving more in the frontal plane. But next week, we may add in some like side lunges. So, doing some side to forward movements. We want to make sure we really practice our balance moving in all different forms or different directions. This also translates into daily activities. So if you're walking from maybe a hard surface to a soft surface, this is kind of why we do our step ups on an uneven surface, because that's going to translate into your daily activities. Or if you're, once again, creating uneven surfaces when you're going up the stairs, practicing that and doing the step ups or our lunges in different directions, that's going to also help you when you're going up the stairs or you're moving from different kinds of surfaces. And then our last point here, one-sided movements that are slow and controlled. Your core strength is super, super important when you're focusing on balance or trying to reduce your fall risk. So a lot of our exercises today may be a little bit more slow and controlled, really focusing on trying to engage our core and feel it and make sure we are really focused in on our balance and staying steady within each movement. And now it's time to exercise. I will go ahead and stop sharing my screen. And Navreen is going to take you guys through the warm-up exercises. So once again, if you don't have your resistance bands near you, let's grab that, grab more water. And then also make sure, again, if you weren't on for the first part of the Zoom, we have some sort of uneven surface. So like a pillow, a blanket, any of the above, okay? And we also have modifications. So if you do have a walker, for example, you can use the walker to help you during these exercises. And that could be super beneficial for your balance and practicing that kind of movement, okay?
Perfect. Whenever everybody's ready, we're going to start with our first warm-up exercise. To start with our warm-up exercise, we will be doing calf raises. I'll be demonstrating that one in a bit whenever everybody's ready. There we go. So for calf raises, you will be using chair to support your hands and just to have a balance. And for this exercise, you will be, as you're exhaling, you will be lifting your heels up, squeezing your calf muscles. And as you're lowering down, you will be inhaling. I'm going to demonstrate one more time. And as we're inhaling, we'll be lowering down. If this is challenging for you, you can also do this exercise seated. I'll be demonstrating that one too. So you'll be sitting towards the edge of the chair, making sure your shoulders are rolled back, and you can have your hands on your hips. And if you prefer, you can have your body. I'm going to have it on my hip. And as I'm lifting my heels up and exhaling, I'm going to squeeze my calf muscles. I'll be lowering it down and inhale. Perfect. Whatever makes you feel more comfortable, feel free to do that exercise. I'm going to start with the first set, and we'll do it together. We'll be doing 2 sets of 10. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Perfect. Go ahead and shake your legs or arms before we start our second set. This time I'll be showing the modified version of this exercise, so feel free to do it standing if you feel more comfortable doing it standing. Okay, I'm going to start with the second set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Perfect. So that was our first warm-up exercise. Next, we will be doing standing marches. As everybody's taking a rest break, I'll be demonstrating our next warm-up exercise to everybody. So for that one, you will be, again, standing next to a chair, and you can hold on to a chair for balance. And for other hand, you can put it on your hip for more stability. And as I'm exhaling, I'm going to lift my knee up towards my chest. And as I'm inhaling, I'm going to lower it down towards the ground to go back to the starting position. And we're going to alternate the legs. So I'll be doing on one side, and then I'm going to switch to the other side, and we'll be doing 2 sets of 10 for this one too. And again, if this is challenging for you, we can do this exercise seated too. Again, for this one too, you'll be sitting towards the edge of the chair, making sure your shoulders are rolled back. And if you prefer, you can have your hands on your hips, or if you prefer having it on your legs, you can do it that way too. You'll be lifting your knee up and exhaling. And as you're going to inhale, you'll be lowering it down, alternating legs. Perfect. I'm going to start with our first set, and I'll be doing it standing. Whenever everybody's ready. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9, and 10. Perfect. Go ahead and shake your legs and arms before we start with our second set. This time I'll be demonstrating the modified version of this exercise, so I'll be doing it seated. But feel free to do it standing if that makes, if you feel more comfortable doing so. Okay. Whenever everybody's ready, we're going to start with our second set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Perfect. That was our 2 lower body warm-up exercises. Now we will be doing our upper body warm-up exercises. And for that one, we're going to start with neck circles. So for that one, you will be taking a seat on a chair. And we will be doing 2 sets of 10. We're going to try doing 5 reps in one direction. And we're going to try doing 5 in another direction. Trying to make a circle, full circles with your necks. And if this is challenging for you, you can also do one side to another side. And you can also do head nods instead of doing full circles. Okay. I'm going to start with our first set whenever everybody's ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm going to switch to the other direction. 3, 4, and 5. Perfect. We're going to take a 1 or 2 seconds break, and then we'll start with our second set. And this time I'll be demonstrating the modified version of this exercise. How's everybody feeling?
Good.
Good start?
Love it.
Perfect. Okay. We're going to start with our second set. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Perfect. Now we're going to do our next exercise, which is going to be arm circles. For that one, I will be standing shoulder width apart, making sure I'm standing in a good posture, having my shoulders rolled back. I'll be lifting my arms to the side to my shoulder level. But if this is too challenging for you, if you have shoulder pain or anything, you can lower it down. You can have it below here. Are we going to try making circles in clockwise direction, and then we're making it in another direction? And if doing it standing is challenging for you, you can also do this one seated. You'll be sitting towards the edge of the chair. Again, for this one, making sure your shoulders are rolled back and you're in good posture. Hands out to your shoulder height, or if you prefer it down here due to pain, you can keep it down there. You're gonna make circles in one direction, and then I'll direct you to switch into the other direction. Okay, so we're gonna start with our first set. We do standing, and then I'll show you the seated one too. Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm going to switch direction. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Perfect. I'm going to shake my arms before we start our second set. And this time I'll be doing seated. As everybody's taking a break, I'm going to set myself up for my second set. Okay. I'm going to make circles in one direction first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to switch directions. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Perfect. How's everybody feeling? Perfect. Now Adeline will be showing us the next exercises for today.
Awesome. Let's go ahead and grab some water. I'm going to demonstrate our first exercise, which is going to be a squat with a band. So if you don't already have your resistance band nearby, now is a great time to grab it. So our first exercise, we have our squat with our band. I'm going to loop my resistance band around the tops of my knees. Make sure my feet are about hip distance apart, toes facing forward. My knees and my hips are stacked on top of each other. My hands are going to be on my hips or across my chest. And I'm just going to sit back like I'm pretending to sit in a chair, keeping my weight in my ankles. And then as I exhale, I'm going to push away from the ground, standing up firm and tall. Again, from this angle, making sure my knees stay right above my hips, eyes facing forward, shoulders roll down and back, standing up. And we have a couple modifications here. If you are not comfortable doing a full squat, you can do a sit to stand. So I'm seated on the or sat on the edge of my seat. Feet are planted. I'm using my knees to push the band away. Hands are on my hips or across my chest, and I shift my weight forward, pressing up from my heels, coming into full extension. Eyes facing forward, shoulders roll down and back. And then as I inhale, I sit back in my chair. If this is also too difficult for you as well, you can take that resistance band off and we can do some double leg extensions. So we're going to hold on to the side of our chair. And as we exhale, we're going to extend both legs out, squeezing our quad muscles. Inhale, we're turning our feet back to center. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and get started with our first set. I'm going to be doing the exercise for this first set. And we're going to do 3 rounds of 12 repetitions. All right, hopefully everyone's ready. I'm going to get set up and you guys can follow along with me. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2 more, 11, last one, 12, awesome. You guys can shake out your legs a little bit, give yourself a little breather. This next one, I'm going to do the modified seated version of the leg extension. If you want to follow along with me with this one, you can, but if you would like to do the squat with the bands or the sit to stands, please be my guest. Take another 10 seconds or so here. All right, into our second set. When you guys are ready, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome. Everyone's looking good on camera. 11. Last one. 12. Awesome job. We got one last set of those. This last set, I'm going to go back to my squats with the band. I'm going to show you guys this perspective so you can kind of see how I keep my chest up when I'm doing my squats. Awesome. Let's go ahead and get our band wrapped around our knees if that's what you're doing. And go ahead and get into our last set of our squats here. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Making sure when we go down, we're inhaling, pushing away from the ground, we're exhaling. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 more. 11. Last one. 12. Awesome. Hope you guys are feeling that in your quads a little, because I know I am. If you want to grab some water, you can. I'm gonna go ahead and demonstrate our next exercise. We're gonna do our seated row. So if you're not seated already, you can go ahead and take a seat. For this one, I'm gonna be scooted to the edge of my chair. Feet are planted. I'm gonna loop my resistance band around one of the midpoints of my feet. And then I'm going to dig that heel into the ground, toes pointed up towards the ceiling. Gonna grab onto my resistance band, palms facing down, roll my shoulders down and back so I have that good posture. As I exhale, drive my elbows behind me, squeezing my shoulder blades. Inhale, return to starting position. And if this is too difficult, you can loop the resistance band either around one leg or both legs. Put the resistance bands at the end of your thighs. Grab onto it, palms facing down, and same motion here as we exhale, driving our elbows behind us. Inhale, return to our starting position. All right, we're gonna do 2 sets of 10 repetitions here. I'm going to start with the exercise, and my second set will be the modification. If everyone else wants to get set up, we'll go ahead and start with our first set when everyone's ready. Roll my shoulders back, inhale, and then exhale, drive my arms back. 1, 2, 3, everyone looks good. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Awesome. Go ahead and relax. Take a little break, and then we'll go into our second set. For our second set this time, I will be doing the modification, so feel free to follow along if you would like. And if you're not set up already, let's go ahead and get our band set up. All right, on to our second set. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Awesome. Let's definitely grab some water after that set. And we're going to move on to our third exercise. Go ahead, grab some water, take a drink while I explain our next exercise. So our next one is going to be a single leg hip abduction. So we're going to have the resistance band around both of our ankles. And you can do this standing, or I have a modification seated. For this one standing, I'm only going to keep one hand on my chair, but you're more than welcome to turn to the side and keep both hands on the chair. I'm just going to turn and face you guys so you guys can see better. I'm going to keep one leg glued to the ground and the other leg, as I bring it out beside me, I'm going to exhale, squeeze my hip flexors and my glutes, inhale, return to center. I like to keep this hand on my hip because it helps me engage my core. So once again, exhale, bring that leg out to the side, inhale, slowly return back to center. We're going to do both legs. And the modification for this one, I'm going to turn and face y'all. So I have both feet planted on the ground, except for this one, I'm going to have my knees together. Band is still looped around my ankles. Could you lower the screen a little bit for me? Perfect. All right. Hands are also on my hips. And as I'm keeping my knees together, I'm going to bring 1 foot out to the side, squeezing my hip flexors and my glutes, keeping the other leg planted, and returning back to center. So exhale out to the side, inhale, return to center. For our first set, I'm going to do this one standing. Perfect. And we are going to do 10 repetitions on each leg. I'm going to go ahead and start with my left, but you can start with whichever leg you would like. All right, here we go. Inhale and exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Awesome. Shake out your legs a little, and then I'm just going to switch the chair around so you guys can still see me from this view, and over to that other leg. Here we go. Inhale and exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome. Hopefully you guys are feeling that, because I'm also feeling that exercise in my hip flexors. With this one too, if you're doing it standing, it really helps to try and isolate that one side that's keeping you steady. So when you're bringing that leg out, try and do as much or as little hip movement as possible. Really try and focus on bracing that core. That's what will help with the balance, and also with any other future exercise. That being said, we'll go ahead and do our second set. For this one, I will be doing the modification. But if you want to do the standing one too, feel free to continue doing that. All right, here we go. Inhale and exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, last one, 10. Awesome. And then we're going to go ahead and switch to that other leg. We got only one more set after this one. You guys got it. Here we go. Inhale and exhale. 1, 2.
I've just done this earlier with physical therapy. I don't want to overdo it.
Oh, yeah, that's okay. 4.
I've been up and down 3 or 4 times already.
Okay, be careful, please.
6.
Okay.
Yeah.
7.
Okay, call me if you need me. I'm gonna get up at 7.
8.
Yeah, I think my class is 2 hours, 6 to 8.
9.
Be careful.
My next one.
Hey,
10. Awesome.
Karen, would you mind just muting yourself?
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
No worries. All good. Awesome job on that second set, everybody. We only got one more set left. If you're feeling a little fatigued, you can also take away the resistance band and still do the movement, get the full range of motion. It'll still be beneficial to you, okay? And our last set, I'm going to go back to standing. Perfect. Yeah, we'll shake the legs out a little bit for our last one here. Whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and loop that resistance band. If you don't have it looped already. And we'll go ahead and get started with our last set. Here we go. Inhale to prepare and then exhale. Bring that leg out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, last one, 10. Awesome. Last one here. You guys got it. Here we go. Last one. Inhale and exhale. Bring that leg out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Awesome job. Our next exercise is upper body, and you do not need a resistance band. So let's go ahead, put those to the side. You guys can grab some water while I demonstrate this next one. Our next one, we're doing a lateral to front raise with our upper body. So our exercise is going to be standing, arms by our side, shoulders are rolled down and back. So our chest is out, eyes facing forward. And as we inhale or as we exhale, bringing our arms out to the side. Inhale, return back down. Exhale, arms come out forward. Inhale, bring them back down. And when we're coming out to the side, we're going to keep our palms down. And when we're coming out forward, you can either keep them down or turn them in to face each other. It's really a personal preference, whatever feels best. And then once again, this can also be done seated. So if you would rather be seated, it's the same setup. We're scooted to the edge of our chair, feet planted at 90. As we exhale, bringing our arms out. Inhale, return. Exhale, forward. Inhale, come back down. All right, I'm going to start the exercise standing. We're going to do 2 sets of 12 repetitions this time, okay? Starting with our first set, let's go ahead. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, arms out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Awesome. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Awesome. Let's make sure we're keeping our shoulders rolled down and back so we're not frozen, okay? Keeping our shoulders nice and steady. 6, I think. 7. Awesome. Almost there. 8. 9. 3 more. 10. Awesome. Everyone on camera looks great. 11. Last one, y'all. We got it. 12. Awesome. Definitely need to shake my arms after that one. We got one more set of these. Awesome job, y'all. For this next one, I'm going to do the modified version. So I'll be in my chair. Perfect. Awesome. Let's go ahead. Inhale to prepare and exhale, arms coming out to the side. In, exhale, inhale, awesome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2 more, 11, last one, y'all. 12, awesome job. That's gonna be your last upper body exercise. So give your arms a nice hug. We're gonna go ahead and move on to our last exercise of the day. These are gonna be our step ups onto an uneven surface. If you don't already have an uneven surface, let's go ahead and grab one. This is literally just a jacket I brought in today and I folded it up. So that's a little bit uneven when I go to do my step ups. And I'm gonna place it right behind the chair so I can grab onto the chair for support if I need to, okay? While you guys are getting water, maybe gathering your item, I'm gonna go ahead and demonstrate this exercise. So for this one, I'm gonna have my fingertips on the chair very lightly, just helping me or aiding me with some balance. And as I exhale, I'm going to step up onto the surface. Inhale, step back down. And I'm just going to switch and alternate each foot. Just like that. All right. And then our modification for this one is going to be a single leg press. We've done this one before. If you don't want to do the step ups, you can do this one instead, where we have our band looped around the midpoint of our foot. We're scooted to the back of the chair, so our back is nice and supported. Our leg is nice and extended, shoulders rolled back, keeping our elbows tucked in by our sides. As we inhale, drive our knee to our chest. Exhale, extend our leg out front. All right. And we're going to do 10 repetitions on each leg. So if you're doing the leg press, you'll do 10 on one leg, 10 on the other. For our step ups, we're going to be alternating. All right. If everyone would like to get in their ready positions, we'll go ahead and get started with our first set of 10 repetitions. Here we go. Inhale and exhale. One, two, three, four, five, halfway, six, seven, 8, two more, keep it up, y'all. 9, last one. 10, awesome. You can shake out the legs a little bit. We're gonna do 2 more sets. This next one, I'm going to do the seated leg press or modified version. If you're also doing the step ups and holding onto the chair like that is too easy, you could try doing your hands on your hips or maybe try one hand, just kind of play around with it and see how it feels. Thank you, Jen. All right, if we're not ready already, let's go ahead and get started with our second set. There we go. 1, 2, 3,